on the spotlight. Our political affairs reporter Grace Nganga reports.
Wiper Patriotic Front has mounted a strong defense of Kalonzo Musyoka following claims by President Ruto and his allies that the former vice president lacks a tangible development record.
Kama haujawahi kupanga vile ya kujenga chochote, wacha kuchochea wa Kenya.
Speaking on behalf of their party, Wiper Secretary General Shakila Abdallah accused the president of misrepresenting the origins of a key infrastructure project in the region. At the center of the dispute is the Kibwezi Mutomo Kitui Bondoni Road, which President William Ruto has recently referenced during his tours of the Lower Eastern region as evidence of his administration's development agenda.
Serikalini miaka 50, barabara ya kwako bado ni ya vumbi. Wewe utapata akili gani ya kupanga barabara ya Wakenya kama barabara ya kwenda kwako ni ya matope na vumbi?
However, Wiper maintains that the project predates Ruto's tenure and was initiated during Kalonzo's watch as vice president. According to the party, the road project was launched on March 29, 2011, with Kalonzo Musyoka presiding over the groundbreaking ceremony. The project, valued at approximately $500 million, was funded through the Exim Bank of China. Wiper further claims that in March 2012, Kalonzo personally traveled to Beijing to secure the financing and publicly presented the signed contracts upon his return. The party alleges that progress on the road stalled after the change of government in 2013, claiming that officials within the Jubilee administration questioned the project's economic viability in correspondence with the Chinese lender. By September 2013, Kalonzo had publicly accused the government of deliberately frustrating the project. Wiper further recalls that in March 2016, residents of Lower Eastern region protested over delays in the tarmacking of the road. In December of the same year, the project was relaunched in Mutomo, a move the party describes as symbolic rather than substantive. By January 2017, Wiper claims that equipment had been withdrawn from the site when Kalonzo toured the area. Now, as President Ruto steps up development-focused engagements in the region, Wiper accuses him of taking credit for a project it insists was conceptualized, funded, and launched under Kalonzo Musyoka.
Barabara sio wewe ulitengeneza. Hiyo barabara ni mimi na Uhuru Kenyatta tulitengeneza wakati tulichukua serikali.
However, allies of the president have dismissed Wiper's claims, urging Kenyans to reject Kalonzo's leadership ambitions. They argue that despite serving as vice president for 10 years, Kalonzo failed to transform Ukambani and lacks the capacity to deliver large-scale development at the national level.
I believe kwamba charity begins at home. Mmeona discussions zinaendelea. Wewe hauwezi ukajengea Wakenya mabarabara kama wewe unashindwa kujenga barabara katika village yako. Msimchague yeyote ambaye anashindwa kufanya kazi pale kwake. If they cannot do it in their village, if they cannot do it in their region, then they will not do it for the Kenyans.
Hii maneno kiari hii lazima tukatae. Ati mimi ni kama ni Mkamba, nikiwa Mkamba ndio mtafaidika. Wewe ni mjinga namna gani? Utafaidika namna gani?
The exchange underscores the growing political rivalry ahead of the 2027 general election, with development records emerging as a key battleground between the two camps. Grace Nganga, KTN.
And still on the political scene, political bigwigs eyeing presidency in 2027 have started jostling for the populous Mount Kenya voting bloc despite perceived divisions in the region. Sharp divisions have emerged between Mount Kenya West and Mount Kenya East, with leaders from both West and the East seemingly not on the same page. This occasioned by perception that Rigathi Gachagua controls Mount Kenya West, while Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki calling the shots in the Mount Kenya East region. Well, will these two blocs